is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show. This
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2024 Acura ZDX, $299 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla. Not 24,000, 20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2025 Acura Integra, $289 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty, welcome aboard. Yes, sir. Ready to rock and roll here at Hialeah Park. It is Thursday. Where else? This is our home away from home on a beautiful Thursday here at Hialeah Park. Got that Mercedes-Benz downstairs ready to give away. So come on out. You play the slot machines. Every time you play, you get an opportunity to win a Mercedes-Benz. So play those loose slots downstairs. and have some fun, man. So come on out and join us. We'll be out here for a couple of hours. Let's see. David Ferronis is going to stop by, so we'll talk to him. I know Steve Calabro will pop in. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about. Bitcoin is holding strong. We've got the Heat getting back in action on Friday. We'll talk about that. Tonight, the Panthers play the Devils again. I hate this. I hate it. What if you have like serious injuries during that moment and you play a team twice? That's, it might affect the standings or some kind of a matchup, and they get you in a bad time and, they take advantage. Not that that's what happened the other night. It had nothing to do with that. The Panthers just got their asses kicked. But I'm just saying that is not it's just cheapness. That's all it is. Play a team back-to-back at their place or even on a home-and-home or whatever. I don't know, man. It's just
It seems that's what the NHL does. I don't
no,
know
and the
why.
NBA is doing it too.
Yeah.
The NBA started
for
it.
logistics. It does it now. So
yeah, that's it. And I get it for preseason football when they just play the quadrant in the Southeast. Okay, it's just preseason football. Who gives a crap who you play? You know what I'm saying? But man, I don't like that. I don't like seeing a team play the same team in back-to-back in the regular season. I just don't think that makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? I think I broke up that meeting, by the way. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, there was like a meeting in front of me here, and obviously I started doing a talk show, and so it kind of got in the way of that meeting, and they kind of broke up. And if anybody wanted to leave that meeting, I did them a favor. It's just in case. No, but anyway, just weird. But the Panthers play the Devils tonight. At least we got something to watch. And we got football. We got a pretty good game, too, by the way. The Eagles and Washington. So that's pretty cool. Philly's favored by 4. Over and under is 49.5. So we'll maybe discuss a selection for tonight in that one. So we'll have a little fun with that. We got the great Sean Stanley, of course, mastering the program. Let's see what else. And then we've got some stuff to talk about Dolphins-wise. We've got some stuff in the NBA I want to talk about locally with football, NFL, looking for a money grab, all kinds of stuff. The spoiled little brat that is Bronny James. All kinds of stuff that we could get to throughout, the next 2 hours. Of course, you can also contribute to the program by smashing the hell out of that like button. Always appreciate you all smashing the like button. And, of course, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. You can use the QR codes that we post there, and also PayPal. We also have a QR code for PayPal. You can use that too. If you're searching for us on PayPal, just search for Orlando Alzigari, and then you'll see the Crypto Bro Show logo. And I am bringing I've just been kind of back from the trip in a couple weeks. I'm kind of worn out, actually. I'm going to start walking tonight with the wife and everything because I got to get to that next stage. I gotta shed the next 30 pounds now. That's the next thing I got to work on is shedding the next 30 pounds. I already shedded 40. I need to shed the next 30 now. So now I got to add more exercise in order to shed the next 30 pounds. I want to get to between 32, 34 waist again, which would be pretty cool if I can get to that. I'm currently at 36, by the way, which still too big. But when you were at 44, when you were in the 280s, pushing to 290, and you were at 44, 36 is pretty good. So we got 36. We got to get down between 32, 34. That's the target date. That's the target, not date, the target weight. Put it that way. I don't even know what I weigh. I only weighed myself because I went to the doctor, to the heart doctor. And I don't see his ass for 6 months. I got to take one of those nucleoid type of tests. What are they called? It's like a they put you on a treadmill. They inject your ass, and then it's a stress test, but it's a nuclear stress test or something like that. It's called, not just a stress test, but it's a nuclear stress test. So they like take it to the next. So they see if your blood flow and all that kind of stuff in your arteries is all kosher, because I've got like 5 stents in my heart, so I've got to make sure that that's actually good. So they made the appointment 6 months from now. So I'm going to freak his ass out. I'm going to try to work my ass off to get really skinny, because I know if I take that nucleoid test right now, bro, I'm going to fall down like 5 minutes in, because I'm not in shape. I've lost weight, but I'm not in shape. You know what I'm saying? I've lost weight strictly by discipline of, not overeating like I used to. That's how I've done it. And so now I've got to pick up the stamina, because forget it, dude. I got none. So I got to build that up. What the heck? You shaved? Yeah, I did accidentally. I guess not everybody tunes in every day or whatever, but yeah, I did accidentally. I was going to trim the goatee, and then yesterday in the morning, I went like that, and I shaved off a chunk of it. My dumb ass shaved off a chunk of it. Oh, man, I didn't have the trimmer. I had the edger on, so, so I can edge the mustache and stuff and all that, and once I did that, the whole thing had to go. I wasn't going to leave a porn stash. You know what I'm saying? Because then you guys are making porn jokes on the chat board and all that kind of stuff, because I'm walking around, looking like what's the name of the dude with the coffee beans? Damn it. Anyway, God, it's the character with the coffee beans, bro. He was kind of a character back in the day. They don't do that anymore, pretty much. San Juan or something. I forgot the hell the name of the area. So yeah, I'd look like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, Ron Jeremy too. I mean, there are other talents to me. So yes, Juan Valdez. There you go. See, then I look like Juan Valdez. Nice job by you, bro. There you go. Little pop culture, bro. Love it. And I'm like Juan Valdez walking around, or Ron Jeremy. That's a skinnier Ron Jeremy. Jamie Zoria is in the house in San Jose. Thank you, sir. Oscar Rojas. Yeah, I heard about Deshaun Elliott. The Dolphins have been soft for 40 years. I'm not sure what Deshaun Elliott was breaking any news. Let me ask you something. When was the last time the Dolphins made a deep run into the playoffs? Checkmate. Just flick that king. Right? So I'm not sure who's breaking what news. I love the Dolphins. They're my favorite team, but they've been a soft bunch forever, dude. And it started all the way from the Marino era on. When you dropped the running game and you became a finesse passing team and you never had a defense to match it. So you could get pushed around. And the Dolphins have been finesse since the Marino days. I'm not sure where that's breaking news. I remember we had a listener a couple months back that got all pissed off, I guess. I don't see him ever on the chat board anymore, about like something about the Dolphins. And I was like, what, are you surprised about the Dolphins? Like this Deshaun Elliott thing. Like, what are you surprised, Oscar? Any of you Dolphin fans, what are you? Are your feelings hurt? I'm sorry. Did they hurt your feelings? Because, if you want tough, go look at the Panthers. They play at Amerant Bank Arena. You know what that is? And everybody talked about, the Bruins and the Rangers and all these teams and the Lightning and their tough teams. And the Panthers remember what happened, right? Huberdeau and Barkov, they were what? They were soft. And that's what we talked about. We talked about what? Meow, 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 to go back to pop culture. That was my theme song for the freaking Panthers 4 years ago, before they traded for Kachuk. You guys remember, right? Because they were wussies, constantly getting pushed around. Didn't matter who it was. Their players were getting hammered. We were getting pissed. All of a sudden, they actually got tough, and now they start making deep runs into the playoffs. Because it takes a tough team to make a deep run into the playoffs. And when was the last time they made a deep run into the playoffs? Decades ago, dude. So the Dolphins, they were soft in the Jason Taylor years, too. Every time they got to the playoffs, they got their asses handed to them. They couldn't do anything on offense. And on defense, they were worn down by the end of the year. Because those defenses were really good, but as we just talked about recently, not generational. Generational for us as fans personally, because they're one of the better defenses, but they're not like the Broncos were a couple years ago. They're not like the Chiefs right now. They're not like the Bucks of 2001. They're not like the Ravens of 2001, Bucks of 2003, or is it vice versa? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Not a steel curtain. No, not a doomsday defense. Not a Viking purple people eaters. Not a no-name defense. That defense was good, but that defense was not like that. Those generational defenses that they have a nickname to them. We didn't give a nickname to Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas's defense. You know why? Because it wasn't generational, baby. So I don't know if, this is not the show if you don't want honesty. If you want to go blow smoke up your ass and just be a fan and you only want to listen to the good stuff, you can go ahead and listen. But if anybody like Oscar Rojas is shocked, because if you bring it up, you must be shocked. You must think it's something, oh my God, I didn't know. Apparently Oscar Rojas doesn't know the Dolphins are soft because he asks about it. Right there. Right there. Where is it? Did you hear about Deshaun Elliott's interview? Not only did he basically say the same thing that Poyer Clay and Fangio, but said he went further that the team gave up on McDaniel. Are you shocked? They gave up on Wanstead. They gave up on everything in the last 40 years. Every time push comes to shove, the Dolphins are shoved. I forgot, when was the last time the Dolphins did some shoving? You know when it was? Maybe the Killer Bees. Because you had to be tough to win with Woodstock. That's not a lot of offense. You had to have a lot of grit just to win that. And then the defense was definitely good. That was maybe the last time the Dolphins were like the kind of team that can really push you around. I'm not talking about one side of the ball. When you're a team like that, you can push people around on both sides of the football. So what's this shock? I guess some of you are like Oscar, you don't really know the Dolphins or something. You lie to yourselves, you walk around or something. Just, oh yeah, no, we're better than what we really are, what it says. No, you are what you are. You've been a soft, choking ass team for 40 years, dude. I mean, this is amazing. What's new about the Dolphins? We've been waiting for somebody to be like Shula. Every time Jimmy Johnson went to the playoffs in a Dolphin uniform, his ass choked and got sent home. What did he do? Win a game once or twice? Did he make a deep run? Of course not. Did Wanstead make deep runs? Did Cam Cameron? Did Adam Gase? Did Brian Flores? Does Mike McDaniel? Does anybody make a deep run? No, they don't. Why? Because they can't build a team that can push people around. So Deshaun Elliott was part of the same shit that's gone on for 40 years here, dude. Dolphins have been soft forever. They had the Florida Panthers disease. But the Florida Panthers solved that issue, and they became the bullies on the block. And now they kick your ass and they beat your ass. I'm not exactly sure. Some of you Dolphin fans, you're just as soft as the team is. Gus, thank you, sir. Randy Gonzalez, Ray Sosa, James Vivinetti, One-Eyed Jack, Brian Ratke out in Pismo Beach, California. Skylar Tipton, Horn Dog. John Wayne says, Big O Crypto is a scam. Give me your scam coins. Just kidding. Pump incoming. It is. It's going to pump the 110s, 120s. You'll see. Then we're going to have a dip. Take advantage. I bought again. I bought when it went down to the 80s here, 88, 89. It took a little bit more. Doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to stop buying. You know what I mean? I'm not going to stop buying until it really gets ridiculous. Okay? All right? And I got my Cash App card. That's where I'm buying pretty much everything. Sean saw it. Everywhere I go, I'm using my Cash App because you're going to pay with cash, right? Pay with cash, round it out the rest of Bitcoin. Boom, 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 boom. I've only been doing it for a couple of weeks. I think it's, it's like $40 or something like that after all that stuff. It's a lot better. I'd rather do that than the 2% from Apple, my Apple card. Why? Because the change will grow because it's Bitcoin, And for those of you who don't know, my Cash App card, or you can get it too, your Cash App card, you can then have roundups in Bitcoin. So if you spend $27.20, it gets rounded out. The 80 cents goes into Bitcoin. So every time you buy something, and if it's 30 cents left over or 90 cents or 50 cents, gets rounded out in Bitcoin. And little do you know, you're saving Bitcoin along the way. Little things like that. Besides buying, I have a buy every week on Swan. Every week, automatic buy. Boom, 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 boom. No matter what price it is. Not worried about it. So there's a finite amount. And right now, the institutions, you see what Pennsylvania did? My guy, Josh Shapiro, they passed a bill, or they're about to pass a bill. Check this out. Let me read it exactly. Shapiro's a badass, bro. I'm glad he had nothing to do and not ran with any of these clowns. He might have a chance next time around. Where is it? Here. Damn it. Where is it? Damn it. Was it? Oh, wow. I didn't realize I've tweeted that much since this morning. Pennsylvania House of Representatives introduced a bill that would enable the state to hold Bitcoin as a reserve asset. So the state of Pennsylvania is already, he has mining and all that. Shapiro is, that would be a good candidate for America. But anyway, good. He didn't get tied to any of this garbage that's there now. Maybe he has a chance next time around. Let's see. NorCal is in the house. He is tuned in. Chris Ortiz is tuned in Morris, Illinois. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. Skull Leader. I'm a big Cam Ward fan, but I want him to go to a team that will sit for a year, maybe two, because with all respect I have for his talent, he has things he needs to work on, especially his hero ball. Yeah, Skull Leader, that is going to be an issue. That's why he's not a top 5 pick. That's why I disagreed with all that hype at the beginning. Some of you have calmed down now, and you're kind of watching it in a real big picture way. He's a major risk to take early in the draft because he is very undisciplined. He's special. He's got excellent talent. There's no doubt he can do everything in the NFL. But, man, he's got a lot of growing up to do, bro. A lot of growing up. But I will say this. I love what he did. You got the videos there? He treated his entire offensive line to dinner and custom chains that had Sebastian the Ibis and each of their numbers. So it was personalized for them. And it's really cool. He treated them to dinner. They brought out all the goods. Sean will play some of that for you. I think that's 305 Sports or something is the link on that. 305 Sports. And they put the stuff there. See, bringing out the chains with the pendants for his offensive linemen. That's a cool thing, man. And that's a leader right there. That's how those guys are going to sacrifice for him, because they're not getting the NIL deals that he is, and he's making good money now. And then he's probably also not paying top-notch dollar for this stuff too. He's probably paying cost, and the jeweler is probably getting some pub out of this and all that kind of stuff. So, but either way, it's the gesture. It's what matters. You know what I'm saying? This is what a real leader looks like. You know what I'm saying? He has all the goods, but you are correct, sir. He is raw, that if you throw him to the wolves right away, you may ruin him. Okay? Instead, you do need to sit him down. He needs to kind of watch and learn from a real pro. The problem is we have no control over that. We have no control where he's going to go. We have no control what team gets him. It may be a disaster of a place like Carolina, and what are you going to do? This is why the Deion Sanders, the Shedeur Sanders situation is going to be interesting, because Deion said he's going to be a father. And if a bad team is interested in him, he won't say it publicly, but behind the scenes, he's going to tell that team, don't draft my son. He's going to pull an Eli Manning, Archie Manning, not Arch, an Archie Manning, and a John Elway Sr., I believe. I believe his name was Senior. I want to say John Elway's dad was John also. But the Elways and the Mannings cock-blocked their teams and guided their players. Elway was drafted by the Colts. They refused to go to the Colts. He ended up in the Broncos, and then obviously taken by the Chargers, Eli, and they refused to go there, and they went to the Giants, and obviously they won 2 titles with the Giants. So it worked out in a big-time way, and Peyton Manning also won his title, where he was at. So it's interesting. No, where was it? No, he went to the Colts. He was drafted by Peyton. No, it was Eli. I'm sorry, not Peyton. Sorry, Eli and then John. Right, exactly. That's how it went. So Sanders may do that. You know what I'm saying? And he can do that because Sanders is clearly the best quarterback in the country. It's not up for a debate, dude. It's not even close. That's why you Cam Ward homers. I like Cam Ward too. I like how he carries himself and how he plays, but he's not anywhere near Shedeur Sanders right now. Shedeur Sanders he's NFL ready, man. Yeah.
You're right, it's Senior. But the interesting thing is that a lot of his plaques and things like in the San Jose Sports Hall of Fame call him Jack. But his name was John Albert Elway Sr. But
yeah.
I guess a lot of people called him Jack Elway.
Exactly. Good stuff. Randy Gonzalez, Giovanni in the house. Adolfo. Let's see. Brian Landis. Rosendo. Big O, I'll trade you some cash for Bitcoin. Useless cash. Luke. Randy Gonzalez accepts Bitcoin payments, folks. There you go. And we accept Bitcoin donations also on the program. John Wayne says, Big O, some friendly advice. XRP setting up for a God candle. Just saying. I hope so, man. I hope for you guys. I know several people that are into XRP. I do not have a bag of XRP, but totally understand. Totally understand. And all the what's that called? All of the right things are in place for XRP to take off. And now that Gary Gensler, by the way, just recently, I don't know if you guys saw this, but this asshole put out basically he is saying that he is going to retire. And of course, because Trump is going to retire his ass. And he has been an absolute cancer to the entire ecosystem. Before I close, I want to say something about the SEC and its staff and whatever. It's been a great honor to serve with them, doing the people's work. No, you weren't, asshole. You were hurting the people and ensuring that our capital markets remain the best in the world. Yeah, like you did with FTX. I met with them several times, and yet they were pulling all kinds of dirty shit. Sam and Jane Gensler, my mom and dad never worked in finance, even completed college. When they invested in their savings, our family benefited from the securities market, common sense rules of the road. The SEC's effective administration of well-regulated securities markets promotes trust. It's what brings investors and issuers to markets, like fans to a football game. It's what underpins the world's largest capital markets. It's what has contributed to our nation's great economic success the last 90 years. I've been proud to serve with my colleagues at the SEC who, day in and day out, work to protect American families on the highways of finance. Yeah, you're a bullshitter, bro. Okay? You're railroading Bitcoin, which, look at it, and never needed to be railroaded, but you guys did it. And that's because you were stopping the average person. And now look where it's at 90,000. And that's exactly what the plan was. Make sure that the rich pick it up. And by the time hardworking people figure out what it is so expensive, it's too late for them to get a slice. This is what they do. They lie to you all the time. Lies, lies, lies. Yeah, they're going to get you. Let's see. What else? Luke, Robert T., Vegetative. Shelby Jordan, Alexis Palenzuela, Dolphin, Jay Slim. Let's see, George Albanese, Big O. As long as time as its longtime fans like me and you know, this team has had that soft rap since the early 80s. Exactly, since the Marino years. It's been a soft franchise, dude. They've always been the franchise. You punch in the mouth, and they go home crying to their mommy and daddy. It's always been like that, dude. You know it, and I knew it. So to act like anything surprise with Deshaun Elliott is, come on, dude, please. I know it won't happen, but Dolphins need a coach like Vrabel. Exactly. Yep. People don't like people talking shit about their team. Oh, that's all. Exactly. Well, but we're not the regular show, bro. You know, we're the show that tells you the truth and makes you money. Let's see. Caesar says we can't evaluate talent. How many ums and ahs did McDumbass have when he heard the Sean Elliott news? Sean's done enough counting of ums and ahs already. He's not into that anymore. Tim says Miami needs to draft players who's from Florida, only Liberty City, mouthful of gold, big palm trees. Yeah, I'll take them from anywhere, bro. From the Midwest, from the Northeast, from out west. Big bad people come from all over, my friend. Mecca Films loves his orangutan. Chase One, Jeff in Long Island. What else? That's why I like Joe Burrow. He has no problem going to the Bengals. Yep. He only has a problem staying healthy. That's his only problem right now. Welton Rayom, by the way. Oh, baby. You know who has a problem? Anybody that goes up against Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom, because you will get crushed. I saw them crush Progressive. They can do it for you. They've done it for a lot of our listeners. Okay? They've had property damage from storms. They've had car accidents, truck accidents, personal injury, bankruptcy, very many issues. A lot of different issues. Criminal defense, nobody's called for yet, but condo damage, business owner claims they have. So call Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom, 954-966-4646. I promise you, folks, the rules here in Florida no longer benefit us. They benefit the insurance companies. And the last thing you do is call insurance companies when you have damage. You call Welt and Rayom, they have their own adjusters. They'll send their adjusters. They'll do the work, and then they go after the insurance company. Think about it. You never have to pick up the phone to deal with the insurance company. That headache is beautiful, man. Stress-free. All you're going to do is pick up a check at Welt and Rayom. So call Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom. The consultation's free. 954-966-4646. Right. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. And Alan Blanco, if you need custom printing and embroidery for your company, your organization, your club, call Alan Blanco. Anywhere in the country, you can do this by phone, or you can do all this stuff by Zoom. That's how they do. You do all this stuff anyways like that. Email, so call them, 786-618-1443, custom printing and embroidery. Please support the folks that support our platform. Tomorrow night, the Heat will take on the Pacers, 7 o'clock, as the Heat try to get a victory against a quality team, something they haven't done so far. Tonight, 7 o'clock, the Devils and the Panthers, the revenge game after the Devils spanked them 4-1 the other night. Also, Thursday night football, Philadelphia and Washington. Kickoff will be at 8:15. The Eagles are favored by 4. The over and under is 49.5. And last night in the NBA, Giannis Antetokounmpo scored 59 points in an overtime win versus the Pistons. Pistons like to play in overtime, don't they? 127-120. He also had 14 rebounds and 7 assists. Also, Wemby had 50 points for San Antonio last night in a 139-130 win versus the Wiz. And the NFL Combine will stay in Indianapolis through the 2026 season. After that, it will probably go to the highest bidder. And the Tampa Bay Rays will play the 2025 season at Tampa Bay's Steinbrenner Field, since the Tropicana roof was destroyed, causing $50 million of damage. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Let's see what else. Cam would be worth waiting a year or two with proper coaching and seasoning. Let him sit behind Tua. I just don't see us doing that, though. But that's the guy you can get, because he shouldn't be taken at the top of the draft. Should be taken in the middle to the later part of the rounds. That's where Miami's going to find itself, in the middle to the late part of the first round. So you don't have to tank for Cam. It's just your season may play right into it that you could get Cam. And then but the problem is he'll be forced to play because Tua will get injured. So he won't have that luxury of sitting for a couple of years, and he'll be thrusted into it and may not help him. By the way, I am not convinced that Mike McDaniel is the right coach to develop Cam Ward anyway. As I've told you, everything Tua does is in spite of Mike McDaniel. The only thing Mike has done for Tua has been confidence, that he believed in him and all that kind of stuff. But Tua's a competitor, and he was going to overcome anyway. So it didn't matter to me on that end. That I'm convinced, because I've watched enough incompetence from the guy that I'm not giving him any credit for that shit. None whatsoever. What you did with Skylar Thompson is the most. It's the biggest indictment I've ever seen in my life of how bad of a coach you are. That you had a guy around you for 2.5 years, and the guy couldn't play a lick, and you didn't know. That's disgusting, dude. That is pathetic. Okay? That's who you chose as your number 2. So, yeah. I'm not yeah. Soft coach, soft team. No point in doing that. McDaniel can't develop QBs. Tua is actually making him look good. There you go, Randy. Big O, some stupid GM will draft Cam high and screw his career. Probably. I guess you got to be that much in demand or that good enough. There's a strong possibility that Mike McDaniel is holding back to his full potential. Oh, God, yes. Yes. There's no doubt. If he would have been dedicated to the run from the get-go, we would have seen maybe less injuries to him because he wouldn't have to play so much hero ball. And he still doesn't dedicate himself to the run. After that month, he went back to having some of the bad habits again. He's hard-headed, dude. He doesn't care. And this rinky-dink offense that he's now created, that it's all behind the line of scrimmage, what the hell is that, dude? I don't get that. By the way, 18 states are now suing the SEC for unconstitutional overreach and unfair persecution of the crypto industry under Gary Gensler. 18 states are suing the SEC. This is, if you're a crypto holder, things couldn't have been more bullish for you, man. I'm just saying, because it's finally going to be freed for you all, which is beautiful. Anyway, what else do we have going on in the world of sports? The NFL is looking for another big payday, another big money grab, and this is what they do. And the draft, it was something that was in Radio City Music Hall every year, and they figured out, wait a minute, we can now take it on the road, make it a much bigger event, put it on television for a bigger type of event, more prime time, and sell it. And that's exactly what they've done. And they extended the draft where it used to be 2 days. Now it's 3 days. So again, to milk the money, to milk the television revenue, all of that stuff. All right. And now the NFL Combine is kind of been talked about moving around. It looks like after the 2026 season, that's what's going to end up happening because they have announced that it will stay in Indianapolis through 2026. But after that, the NFL Combine will start to move around because they got to make money. And they're going to make it more of a dog and pony show and a clown show and less. What they've done, look, as a guy that's been in the media now for 34 years, what I've realized is that what they're doing now is commercializing, covering sports. And by commercializing it, they now minimize the access even more and even more to the media. And the only thing they give major access to, is the paying partners. So you can then get the fluff interviews. Because you're not really getting many hardcore hitting interviews because you can't do hardcore hitting interviews or commentary because then you'll piss off the team or the league, and then they want to then restrict your access for one reason or another because they don't like what you're saying or things like that. I've lived this, still live it to this day, okay? Where, the sensitivity, they can't handle the truth about their organizations at times. The agents can't handle the truth about their clients and all of that kind of stuff. So then they want to punish you that way. And then they end up punishing you guys that way. And then they just manipulate the information and just give you what they want to give you, basically. And so the Combine has been something that, man, I remember covering it 20 years ago where we had all kinds of access to the players. Now you barely get players, and you'll get them in the podium setting, and then that's it. No one-on-ones,
nothing on the side. I remember when Willis McGahee blew out his knee in the Orange Bowl, and we got him walking out from the stadium all the way to the podium. That would never happen today. Okay? Because it was must-see TV. His knee went backwards. And 5 months later, McGahee is walking without a limp for like 200 yards, and there are cameras following him all over. And we used to get him on the podium. Then they'd come off the podium. You get a one-on-one sometimes. You get him pull him. We had access. And we could bring you more information and things like that. All that is gone. Senior Bowl. The Senior Bowl, I've told you the story before. When I used to first go to the Senior Bowl, all through till about 8-9 years ago, anybody that used to listen to those shows when I was at the Senior Bowl, man, I would have no less than 5 players in a show. And I could get 7, 8, 9 sometimes. And I would get every quarterback that was at the Senior Bowl. That was because we always needed a quarterback. And I had great connections with the people in the Senior Bowl for many years, still do, but now they're commercialized and now they can't do what we used to do. Nagy could never do the stuff that I used to be able to do back in the day, because it's not allowed anymore. And he's not going to make any special preferences for anybody else because you're there with everybody else. So it was just a different world. And this is what's going on with the Combine now. And they have limited your access at the Combine more and more and more as time has gone on. And now that they want to commercialize it more and more and more, that's what's going to end up happening. It really is sad. But some of you will get an opportunity to go to a Combine because it might come closer to your town. You know what I mean? And because it is going to be more commercialized, they're going to come up with events where fans can go to. And so you guys will, of course, you'll have to pay. You know what I'm saying? Which is another thing. But, it is what it is. But another money grab by the NFL as they milk this whole thing. Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, in your opinion, will it benefit any teams to host? If you're trying to get like a draft pick or anything, it doesn't, right?
It's not like the Senior Bowl that you're actually coaching the player for a week and you're with them in practice. You're with them in the film room. You're seeing how they habitually, handle things. Not even close. Yeah.
No, that's
an advantage.
The whining and dining, or them seeing your facility.
No.
They're not going to be able to do that, right? It'd be like at the Broward County Convention Center or the Miami Beach Convention Center.
Yeah,
it won't be at the facility.
But only the 40s and things like that will be at the facilities because they already have stands.
Okay,
so they can charge to put you in there to watch that.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? At least that's what I'm foreshadowing that. Unless you do it at Hard Rock. And then you sell the seats at Hard Rock, and then you can have events on the outside, NFL experience, and all. I mean, it's all a money grab. It's all a money grab, and the worst part is that we all lose. The media I grew up with is dead and gone. I am one of the very few left in the media that can actually tell it like it is. You know what I mean? Most everybody else has got to play some politics one way or another for their organization or for the organization they're covering or because they don't want to piss off the agent. They play that PR thing. And so it's sad, but this is what's happening. But hey, fluff-wise, you might get an opportunity to go to one of these things. That's the good thing about that. Let's see. What else do we have on the chat board? Underwear Olympics Roadshow. Basically. There were 10 new head coaches this year. We hired McD. Looks like Vikings coach is the best one. He's done a really good job. Shane Steichen, right? I think is his name. Yes. Steichen is Indy. Then what's the other guy then? Yeah, you're right. I think Steichen is Indy. And then the other guy, McDonald? Is it McDonald? Look it up because now I'm confused. But he has done, the guy from the Vikings has done a really, really good job. That guy has impressive, I gotta say. Used to listen on the road to the games with the fam when you used to be on 560. Ticket media now is all about YouTube and other platforms. Entrepreneur is the way. Oh, yeah, definitely. Kevin O'Connell, yes, that's it. Chase one got it. Yeah, and Spock got it. Kevin O'Connell, that's it. That's the one. Thank you. He's done a marvelous job, dude. Marvelous job. And he's had to coach already a lot of quarterbacks, and he's found ways. Let me tell you, this 87,991 on this is a nice little price right now. Believe it or not. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? That's a price. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? Tua Tagovailoa. Let's get to the elephant in the room. And we are talking about a Bama player, right? So literally, it's the elephant in the room. I wish he was built like an elephant because then he'd be delivering the concussions. You know what I'm saying? He'd be more of the bull. Anyway, Tua Tagovailoa was asked about his tackle the other day, and obviously it didn't go well. He got kneed in the neck-like area, and it was terrible technique. It was a stupid decision on his part. But what's even dumber is the explanation he gave the media yesterday in his press conference. But it's not only dumb, it was a sign. Let's hear from Tua Tagovailoa.
The tackle attempt has made a lot of discourse this week. What did you see when you watched it on tape?
Well, I would say it didn't feel as bad as what it probably may have looked like. When we watched it, our coach had said, that he sort of kneed you in the head. Essentially you're out there playing football. I didn't necessarily feel that, and I wasn't just going to jump out of the way for him to just run down the sideline and potentially score. So you got to make decisions, and I should never threw the pick in the first place. That's it. So.
But if you're in that position again, what would you do differently?
I wouldn't do anything differently. I'll make the tackle. That's what I got to do. It is what it is. It's hard to score in this league. So.
You think maybe different form? You have to keep your head up and out of the picture there?
You want me to shoulder punch next time? I mean, I don't know. Maybe could do some things differently with tackling, but I'm not looking to be making tackles like that a lot of times within games. So
Beasley, Hal, and Furones, good job on the questions and the follow-ups. The only thing I would have added was, he has this attitude that he's going to do it again. And if that's not a signal to the Dolphins, draft a quarterback, find a future, you have no future with Tua Tagovailoa. And I'm the Tua guy. Tua Tagovailoa just told you that he eventually is dead in the water. Okay? History in the archives. Why? Because this is how he's going to play. Reckless and irresponsible. And by the way, some of the decisions he's making on the field are reckless and irresponsible with the arm and with his head. And he has shown you the level of ignorance that's disturbing. Because the only follow-up I would have had is, Tua, you listened to Dan Marino's advice about pick a guy and let it fly. I think you may want to go look at the lowlights of Dan Marino throwing an interception. He never chases the offensive player or the defensive player, I'm sorry. Never. He's not trying to tackle anybody. Peyton Manning's not trying to tackle anybody. And then he's going to say something stupid like, well, that's them and that's not me and I'm going to play the way I play. And that's ignorant. Because, yes, that's what I want you to do. I don't want Peyton Manning trying to tackle somebody after he threw an interception. I don't want Tom Brady or Dan Marino or Tua Tagovailoa or Joe Montana or Bob Greasy or anybody, a real franchise quarterback. I don't want them tackling anybody. I'm good with it. Is it the Super Bowl, the last play of the game? Okay, dude, I get it. You're trying to save the damn game and you got to do anything. John Elway, helicopter. Okay. It's the damn Super Bowl. You're John Elway. You got to go helicopter. You go helicopter. It's the Super Bowl. It's week 2. Do I need you to go helicopter? No, John. No, I don't need you to go helicopter. The message was sent loud and clear. Tua Tagovailoa does not have a long shelf life with the Miami Dolphins. He refuses to play responsibly. He refuses to get rid of the football. He proved it twice this past week. He doesn't learn. He refuses not to tackle. He refuses not to dive head first. He refuses to slide like a baseball player. He thinks he's Pete Rose. He thinks he's a football player. So, message sent loud and clear. You gave the guy the contract and you screwed up. This is all hindsight now. I get it. You had to pay him. But now you have to realize, oh, shit, we screwed up. This kid will not take care of himself, so he doesn't have the body to last. So he wants to cash checks. He wants to write checks. His body can't cash. You know that, and I know that. He's not Cam Newton, bro. He just cannot take punishment. And somehow he thinks he can deliver it. Dude, you folded like a cheap tent on Damar Hamlin. What the hell do you think you are, Tua? Bro, Damar Hamlin weighs 195 pounds soaking wet, and you folded like a goddamn accordion when you ran into him. And you think you're a football player? Your ass should be walking around with a sticker that says, handle with care, fragile. And you don't get it. You don't get it. Ignorance is a bliss. The guy has proven it over and over and over and over again. I love him. I believe in him as a passer. But as a human being, he cannot make healthy decisions. He refuses to make healthy decisions. He makes it sound like it's his responsibility to chase down defenders. No, it's not, dude. No, it's not. I've never sat there I'm 58 years old. I have never sat there watching a football game demanding my quarterback go chase down a defender. Never in my life have I ever said that. Marino, what are you thinking? Woodley, what are you thinking? Don Strock, what are you thinking? Jay Fiedler, what are you thinking? Jay Cutler, what do you go chase that? No, dude, no. You're the starting quarterback. No. You screwed up. Let those other guys make up for it. If they can find them, if they can stop them, great. If they don't, fantastic. I don't need your goofy ass, which, by the way, most quarterbacks are goofy. They're not real football players. Okay? So they're all goofy in that sense. They don't know how to tackle. They don't know how to fall. I mean, the guy had to go learn how to fall. I mean, Jesus. Come on, dude. So, message sent loud and clear by Tua Tagovailoa to the owner, to the president, the front office, to his teammates. I will not play responsibly. I will be irresponsible. I am not going to take care of myself. You can no longer rely on me. That's what Tua just said that yesterday. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I am not reliable. I'm unreliable because I intend to make irresponsible decisions, and that's why I will be unreliable moving forward. I will hold on to the ball. I will dive head first. I will tackle people. I will do everything in my power to put my body at risk, when that's not what the job of a quarterback is. The general is not on the front lines. Last time I checked. The president's not on the front lines. Last time I checked. Usually the leader is not really doing the grunt work. But somehow or another, he thinks he's a grunt. He doesn't see that he's a CEO. Hey, I've got my managers. I've got my employees. They can make up for some of my mistakes. They can do some of the dirty work. I've already done that dirty work. I climbed up to the top. Now I've got to lead everybody. I've got to be here to use my mind to lead them from my experiences. That's what you do, right? And that's what a quarterback is. A guy that works with his arm and his mind. He refuses. He's thinking with his ass. You know what I'm saying? Can we turn that thing off? Anyway, I mean, I'll turn it off right now if I get off mic. Can you grab it for me, please? Let me turn that thing off because I got that in the background. I don't want to hear this shit in the background. Whoever it is, they're not hearing it either because they're not here. So let me turn that thing off. Anyway, so I'm just saying, he's giving you the message loud and clear. Loud and clear. You got, now it's Miami Dolphins. You now have to make up for this now. You have to find a way to get a quarterback for the future, not just a stopgap. If I get it, if you're in the draft position and there isn't somebody worthy of it, then you got to go find an experienced guy then. But you better have a real quarterback ready to go. And if you have to, and by the way, you're in a position where if you have to go get an experienced guy, guess what you have to do? You're going to end up overpaying because they know you have to overpay. You have no leverage either on top of this. So you can't go cheap, and you may have to cut somebody in order to have that person on your roster. And if you have to do that, you have to do that. But message was sent loud and clear. Hour number 2, and David Furones is next.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2025 Acura RDX, $399 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed. They're breaking into my house! Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop. No, not the TV! Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you. Get out of my house! Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
All rise, football fans, as the Welton Rayon Miami Dolphins report with David Veronis is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Veronis.
All right, we're back, and there he is with our Welton and Rayom Miami Dolphins report. How you feeling, David?
Feeling good, yeah. Just another week out here in paradise.
Yeah. I was just talking about this before you came on to the show. I think if you're the Miami Dolphins, message was sent. You have no choice. You must find a quarterback next year. Tua Tagovailoa's career will be short with the Miami Dolphins. He does not plan to take care of himself. He will continue to dive headfirst. He will continue to take on tacklers. He will continue to hold on to the ball for 5 seconds back there, putting himself at risk and the ball at risk. He yesterday pretty much told you guys, you, Beasley, and Hal, with all the follow-up questions, he basically told you, I will refuse to take care of myself. I am irresponsible, and I will continue to make irresponsible decisions. That's what I heard.
Yeah, and it's such a shame because we had just seen 2 instances when he came back of him actually protecting himself when he had chances to. He scrambles against the Cardinals and he slides. Everyone gives him the big Bronx cheer. So happy for him that he must have learned. He must have learned, right? Then against the Bills, very similar situation to the one that he got injured on when he rammed his head into DeMar Hamlin's bicep.
190-pound defensive back.
Yeah, that too. And decided to run into him instead of either sliding or diving to the ground, which I always felt that was the best maneuver in that case because it was a 4th down run. He had to pick up the first down, but there was a way to dive forward so you're not marked back at the spot where the slide starts and still pick up the first down while protecting yourself and not putting your head in great risk and danger. So he did it that way against Buffalo that second time. And then we saw it. I know instinct takes over so much for these players in the heat of competition. But
bro, that's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit.
Well, I mean, that's how it happens, though.
No, that's bullshit because Tom Brady throws an interception and he doesn't bother chasing the guy.
Yeah.
Marino threw an interception and he doesn't bother chasing the guy. Drew Brees throws an interception and he doesn't bother chasing the guy. This guy thinks he's a football player. That's it. You know what the follow-up question you guys need to have the next time with him? Because that's what I would have been. See, the problem is if I start going there every day, they're going to hate me so much. They're going to kick my ass out of there. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to rattle some cages. But it's like you admire the Marino so much, right? Like he says, oh, pick a guy, let it fly. Tua, have you watched this low lights? He doesn't chase anybody when he throws an interception because that's what quarterbacks do. They don't go chasing people because they get injured doing that. And he doesn't comprehend that those instincts don't exist for a quarterback in the NFL. Smart quarterbacks choose to stay healthy and available for their teams. That's not his priority, bro.
Yeah.
It's not his priority. He just said it yesterday.
The Dan Marino point is a great one. I actually wish I had that tidbit in my mind when he spoke yesterday, when Tua spoke yesterday.
Porque no tienes la experiencia, papa. That's why. And at that moment, that comes to my mind because all I could see is Marino just walking off the field, pissed off, mother effing himself, or maybe the receiver that ran a wrong route or something like that, and why he threw the interception. And then you'll see him rip the receiver after. You know what I'm saying? But Marino wasn't going to chase anybody. And not one of us ever said, go chase him, Marino. Go chase him, Montana. Go chase him, Brady. Go chase him, Peyton. Go chase him, Mahomes. None of us say that about we don't want our quarterbacks chasing anybody.
Yeah, I would like to know the answer to that question next time Tua speaks. Is have you spoken to Dan Marino about this? Exactly that, and seek that.
Well, not only spoken to him, but facts are. You tell him, have you spoken to Dan Marino about this? Because the facts are he never chased anybody.
And to listen to it's not just and then did you listen to what he had to say in that regard? And I also found it interesting how Tua actually believed in his post-game press conference that Christian Roseboom, the Rams linebacker, would scoot out of bounds when he saw Tua. That man's job is to go hit the opponent, specifically the quarterback, where, I mean, as a defender, and I hate to put it in these terms, if you take the starting quarterback away from the Miami Dolphins, then it's Skylar Thompson next, and you've won the game. You win the game if you take the quarterback out of the game. I hate to put it in those terms in 2024. I know it's an old school mentality, but I mean, it's got to be in the back of the head for some
brother. He's licking his chops watching the quarterback come at him. He wants the quarterback to come at him because he's like, "Oh, this is the best. I intercepted it. Now I'm going to put a shoulder into this idiot. Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Or a knee to the head in this case.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Truck his stupid ass for getting in front of me. That's what that defender's saying. Oh, this moron's coming at me. This guy, are you crazy? Oh, this is stupid on his part. I can't wait for this collision. I mean, nobody fears Tua. Nobody fears Marino. Nobody fears any of these guys as tacklers. Are you kidding me, dude? Come on, bro. Maybe Cam Newton. Okay.
Oh, yeah. If he's coming at you. Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, I might be a little nervous if Cam Newton's coming at me.
Big Ben made a playoff game-saving tackle one time.
If Aaron Rodgers is coming at me, I'm going to put his ass in a dark room. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's what I'm going to do, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. I'm going to put his ass in a dark room because I'm going to knock him out. But of course, Aaron Rodgers is not going to chase you because that's not what he does when he throws an interception. He walks off the field like everybody else, pissed off. And that's what you're supposed to do. And by the way, that guy wasn't going to score just because of Tua. If Tua does not there, somebody else is there. Give me a break, bro.
Yeah, he has some linemen nearby as well.
Yeah, give me a break.
Yeah, but you mentioned Cam Newton. Ben Roethlisberger is another one I would think of. He actually made a playoff game-saving tackle.
Right.
You remember against the Colts?
Yeah, but his big goofy ass is 6'6".
Right. Totally different. I know.
He's a big fat dude, bro. I mean, because but that's a huge human being, And by the way, was it a big game?
Oh, yeah. The playoff game en route to his first Super Bowl. So the 05 postseason.
John Elway went helicopter.
Yeah. He was laying it all out on the line at the end of his career to win that Super Bowl. Yeah.
That's when I want you to do that. Okay. If this was the Super Bowl, an AFC championship game, and Tua wants to make, I totally understand this. The championship's on the line. We're in the regular season, bro. We're in a meaningless regular season pretty much right now as it is. You need to stay healthy as much as possible. You just screwed your team. So he's basically saying, hey, guys, get ready to get screwed again because I'm going to do stupid things that are going to knock me out.
Don't call it meaningless in this facility because these guys here comes my hopium, are only 1.5 games out after winning the Monday night game. So they have the 7 seed in sights.
Yeah. I know. It's just whatever. It is what it is. I just want the kid to play smart, and he refuses to play smart, and it's just really, really, really frustrating overall, bro. It just really is, man. I don't get it. So Tyreek says he can play no matter what. But this offense, dude. What now? With that wrist injury, I don't know what he can do downfield, and I don't know if you want him in traffic catching the ball. So I'm not sure about that. But you've got to find a way to play more vertical, and there is no vertical in this offense right now.
Yeah, there isn't, and to some extent, I mean, defenses are playing more and more too high shells and different variations of coverage off of it that make it difficult to throw downfield. So, yeah, I mean, you have to start off by taking what the defense gives you, but eventually you do want to get to what you do best, and that's hitting those deep balls. So, yeah, that's why we are seeing Tua distribute the ball a lot, get Jonnu Smith the ball more. Devon Achane has had so many receptions. Odell, we've seen him in recent weeks get involved. Now River Craycraft is in the mix, so maybe he can get some receptions. Malik Washington, now we see him more and more. So many different receivers, even Raheem Mostert. So all these different pass catchers getting involved. So that's why you got to do all that. But eventually, yeah, you do got to start hitting those deep shots, getting the ball downfield, getting Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in space. Sometimes you see some glimpses, like Jalen Waddle had a pair of catches on that first drive, that first play, and then also the big third down that led to the Malik Washington touchdown. So that looked like it was getting on a good track there early. But then a run of empty possessions, a couple of turnovers from Tua, some bad decisions. Then eventually the bounce back in the second half. But defense really was the story for Miami last week. So I think you want to start seeing an all-around effort, and hopefully this week is one, especially these next two. You're at home against the Raiders, against the Patriots. This is when you want to see that offense start to flourish, start to really look like what it had appeared or what we had seen in the previous years.
Yeah, let's hope so, man, because but now I think the key to all of this is running the damn ball, bro.
Yeah.
Run the damn ball. Last week you had that terrific first drive, but you then started to kind of get away from the run, and I think that is the heart and soul of everything. And because if you really dedicate to the run, you will suck in that linebacker, you will suck in that safety, and then that's when you're going to be able to go over the top, and you're going to hit some type of a deep crossing route into the middle of the field or something like that. But if you don't do it that way, it's just hard to become vertical if you don't bring the box in a little bit more. And that's something that they're not doing. They're not bringing in the box. They're letting them drift back. They're letting them keep the shell out there. And if you do that, then you keep playing all this underneath stuff. And the only way to counter that is to run the hell out of the football. If you go look at a lot of these successful teams, their success is coming strictly because they're running the hell out of the football, and that opens up their passing game. And I don't understand why he doesn't get that.
Yeah. So, yeah, run the ball. And, of course, you want to run the ball effectively, only 3 yards per carry against the Rams. But there were points like I think back to that Cardinals game, and Arizona kept running James Conner into the line. It wasn't getting much, but they stuck with it. And then eventually that's why Kyler Murray is throwing to open Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride, the tight end, and really just picking apart the Dolphins defense. So I do think that probably did play a part in it, is they did commit to the run, and then that really opened things up in the passing game.
I mean, it just I don't understand why there isn't that commitment to the run. All right, how are they injury-wise for this week, especially on the offensive line?
Oh, let me see if – all right, I don't think we have the Thursday injury report out yet, but I can tell you what we saw at practice, which was Robert Jones did return to drills, so that's a positive. You know, he's dealing with the knee injury that caused him to leave early Monday night at SoFi. So he was estimated as missing the Wednesday practice because it was just a walkthrough. Dolphins' first practice this week coming off the Monday night game, and the travel across the country was today, Thursday. So we saw him. We saw Tyreek Hill back out there with the wrist injury. Of course, he did play with it, so he's able to practice again. So Teron Armstead, Calais Campbell still getting some rest, I guess, because it's like a day behind everything. So Julian Hill was in a red non-contact jersey, so we We do know he went through a full practice, or was estimated as a full practice participant Wednesday with that shoulder injury, but we don't know if something new popped up for him. So
let's hope so.
Oh, eres malo. Qué malo eres.
Yes, exactly. Julian Hill, que malo eres.
Wow.
Yes, malo. Yes, terrible, horrible. Yes, we don't need you. No. Sit down, kid. Relax. Take the year off. Go on a vacation. Barbados is beautiful. Go check it out. Hang out there. Don't return, please, for a while. So yeah, no, I'm hoping something's going on with Julian Hill, because that guy is un cero a la izquierda. As we say in Spanish. If we want to keep the Spanish slang stuff going, okay? Cero a la izquierda. You know? Anyway, but
I don't think I know that one. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you don't know? Oh, okay.
No.
Well, there you go. -0.
Oh,
right?
okay. I like it.
Yes. Derecha would be the other way, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
go ahead.
Well, I just see 0 as like it's in the middle between the negative and it doesn't even cross my head. There can't be a -0.
All right. Anyway, so what else do we have on the injury front?
Isaiah Wynn did come back for his first practice, so saw him.
He's still another week or two away, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I would not expect him. I'm expecting that he'll be limited this week. So, but yeah, and we also did learn yesterday that it's a knee issue that also came with the original quadriceps injury. And by the way, as I'm speaking, we do now have an updated injury report just coming in, and. Okay, well, no, Julian Hill, it's still just the shoulder. But, yeah, he was downgraded to limited from a full practice participation. Oh, Jalen Ramsey now on there with a knee, and he was limited. Odell Beckham also added to the report with a knee, but participated.
Yeah, I think this is kind of that sounds very veteranish for those two guys. You know what I'm saying? Guys that already have, like, prior stuff, so let's not overwork them a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think anything is going to keep those guys out anyways, right? You don't think?
Yeah, for Jalen Ramsey and such?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, not something like this. Especially, I mean, he was still able to practice, so.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think there's more. That's
if
more.
Yeah,
just kind of pacing him is what I think they're doing with Jalen. Is what they're doing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right, but this is as must-win as it gets if you want to keep any kind of hope in this in this whole environment. And I would imagine that Tua got a little more. He may not say it or anything, but with Antonio Pierce saying he should retire, there's a little more coal for his fire.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, here's another thing: is that Tyrell Dodson first practice with the team, and we learned he's going to be backing up Anthony Walker right now early on. At the other inside linebacker spot.
What'd you think of the David Long cut?
Yeah, that was a bit surprising, but now it becomes clear. I mean, he was demoted, and I think also now Danny Crossman said he was doing fine on special teams, but once you're demoted and you're not a starting defender, then if you're not like vital on special teams, then the very next thing that could happen is exactly what did. So, but it was still surprising because I never thought in those terms that David Long, a captain to start the year, would actually get waived.
Or you change systems, and he may not fit what Weaver wants to do, and that's what happens when you keep changing coaches and you keep changing schemes. All players aren't going to fit all kinds of schemes. Some of them are limited to certain schemes. And clearly, Weaver did not think he was a fit for his scheme. And if you can pick people off the street and do better, it's not a good sign for you.
Yeah, it shows where now Weaver has the two linebackers that he added, that he stamped and approved in free agency, that the Dolphins signed that first day of free agency, Monday. It was both Anthony Walker and Jordan Brooks. And then now David Long, the one who was brought in the year before on a 2-year, $11 million contract, halfway through year 2 of it, he's out of there. And then also now Tyrell Dodson, as he became available, someone that Mike McDaniel and the Dolphins knew from playing against him in Buffalo. He was in Seattle just now as a team that is running the same system as the Dolphins under Mike McDonald over there, Anthony Weaver here, both Baltimore guys before this. So seems like it all just aligned. Remember, the Dolphins also picked up earlier Tyus Bowser this year, who was out of Seattle and previously in Baltimore. So all those connections there with Weaver-type guys in this defense.
Right, and that's just kind of part of change, and it sets you back as a team as you keep changing coaches, because you know the new coach won't have everything they need, and that's Weaver. Weaver's in a place where he's probably 2 years away, if he's there still, from actually having his defense. Like next year, he'll be able to turn more over, and he'll get closer to it, and then by year 3, he probably has all the guys he needs that can really fit his scheme and all that. But you have to kind of get by with what you have, you know, early on. It's kind of patchwork as it is. And this is the stuff that comes from it, unfortunately, with David Long. Don't forget, folks, Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646. Homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Please call Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom. And we've got another storm headed our way. And if it does hit, and looks like it might hit central and northern Florida, please keep this number. Do not call insurance companies. You call Welt and Rayom. They have their own adjusters. 954-966-4646. What do you got going on in the Sentinel so folks can check you out, my friend?
Yeah, all these updates, actually a lot of the reaction to the Deshaun Elliott comments, calling the 2023 team soft, the reaction from the Dolphins now, and writing about Tyrell Dodson, the new linebacker coming in. We just got to hear from him for the first time after his first Dolphins practice, so got that. And then I'll be previewing the game on Sunday this weekend.
By the way, Dolphins have been soft for 40 years. What's new here? When was the last time the Dolphins made a deep run in the playoffs? That's why they're soft.
Yeah, you're talking about,
you know what I'm saying?
Getting to the Super Bowl in '84.
Yeah, I mean,
AFC Championship in '90.
Yeah, you have to get back to those kind of days where, and even in '92, you weren't really a tough team. You were more of a finesse team. The Marino years, you were more of a finesse team. Maybe the last time they were really tough were like the Woodstock, the Killer Bees, because you had to be tough in that offense and then that defense. But the Dolphins,
early '80s. Huh?
Yeah, the Dolphins have been soft for 40 years, bro. 40 years. Even as I just mentioned earlier, even the Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas.
I was just going to bring them up. Yeah.
Okay, that was a very good defense. That's not a generational defense, bro. You know, generational defenses, they get nicknames. They get named Killer Bees, and they get named no-name defense, and they get Doomsday and Steel Curtain and all that kind of stuff. They are like the Ravens with Ray Lewis. These are generational defense. We never looked at Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor's defenses. They were really good. You can win a Super Bowl with it, but you didn't have the offense that you really needed. Whereas the Ray Lewis defense carried a mediocre offense.
Yeah.
The Denver defense carried Peyton Manning, who could barely throw 10 yards. The Kansas City Chiefs last year, their offense wasn't shit. It was carried by their defense last year. So the Dolphins haven't been a really tough team in 40 years, dude.
Yeah,
this is like nothing new, actually, for this franchise. It reminds me of what I said with the Panthers. You will never win a championship with Huberdeau and Barkov as your leaders because they're too goober. They're too nice. You need to go trade for a son of a bitch. And they went and traded Huberdeau, and they got Kachuk. And then you look at this team now, all of a sudden, they can punch you in the mouth. Whereas the Panthers used to get dogged all the time because they were soft. And they shed that label, and now they're the tough guys. Now they're the bullies on the block. The Dolphins haven't been the bully on the block since the early 80s, dude, and into the 70s. That's the last time they would be bullies offensively and defensively on teams.
Yeah, and I think of the early 2000s defenses. So sandwiched between 2000 Ravens, that defense led to a Super Bowl. The 2002 Buccaneers, that defense won a Super Bowl. And also at the same time, those Patriots won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. Tom Brady's early years.
The first Brady one, their offense wasn't shit, dude.
Right.
It was Tremaine Wiggins at tight end.
Yeah.
It was Corey Dillon, I think it was at running back.
For one of the last, because it was Antoine Smith before him.
Antoine Smith, it was Antoine Smith. And Troy Brown was their number one wide receiver, bro.
David Patton and Deion Branch, David Givens. Yeah, those guys, right?
Giants back in the 90s won with Phil McConkey and Ingram as their wide receivers. Bavaro was special. But their wide receivers weren't shit, but their defense was
Lawrence Taylor.
Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying that, yes, the Taylor, Zach Thomas defenses, for Dolphins history, oh man, one of the special defenses. But in overall NFL, they're not one of the special defense. They were very good, but they weren't like those other defenses we talked about. Those defenses could carry an entire franchise. The Zach Jason defenses were out of gas by the time you got to the playoffs.
Yeah,
because they were worn out from carrying the team.
Yeah.
They weren't that special.
It would be cool to hear like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady that time they were on the Manning cast together and they were bonding over how tough it was to face those defenses. And that's cool to hear from those kind of legends how when Peyton Manning was in the AFC East early on before the Colts moved to the AFC South, and Brady also playing against the Dolphins so much, how they were saying how tough it was. But just overall though, it wasn't like in that top three. There were still a few defenses still ahead of the Dolphins those years.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right, follow him on Twitter at David Furones _ and catch his work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. David, as always, thank you, my brother, and we will catch up post game.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
Thank you, sir. There you go. The great David Furones getting it done for us, just like Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
All right. Yes. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, especially on Venmo. You can make the Ethereum donation. Appreciate it always. And you can also make a donation through PayPal. That's the other option to support the show. We appreciate it. True Fin Fan, we appreciate the super chat, sir. Oh my God, we're soft. Who knew? I love how people act shocked. We're soft? Really? Wow, I had no idea we were a soft team. Oh, man. Like the scene in Airplane should take Tua and sit him down and have his teammates slap him, knock him, no, because then they'll just give him concussions. Iceman says, I gave you a great idea. I don't know what idea I gave you, but I'm glad I gave you a great idea. You know? Oh, Tom Brady had 14 tackles in his career. I'm guessing Tua. Well, Horn Dog, it also could be fumbles. Like when they fumble around you and you're like, so that also could be a lot of those tackles. I doubt many of them were chasing down interceptions. You know, I would venture to say a lot of them are fumbles and tackles right there, you know, that you're right in a space, in a phone booth, pretty much. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Gabriel. Hello to you, sir. Mr. Spock says, good thing this weekend's Raiders team doesn't include Alzado, Tatum, Hayes. Yeah, Tua would probably be, it would be a tape job after on the field for Tua, yeah. Glad to see you jump on board, Big O. What did I jump on board? Oh, they think I don't like Tua. Oh, yeah, no, I love Tua. It's just, I'm just objective. He doesn't want to play smart, bro. I'm convinced the kid can deal in this league, but you've got to be smart. The team's got to be, and McDaniel's not smart, and he's not smart. I can't defend that. I can't defend. I'm watching that press conference yesterday, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy, like, he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand. It's disturbing, dude. It's disturbing that he doesn't understand it. Who he is? You're good, man. Anyway, you see John Gruden is joining Barstool. That's a great move by Barstool. Dave does an awesome job, Portnoy. Even though he sucks at crypto, I would like to hang out with Dave and just guide him through crypto and make him. Not that he needs to make money. That guy thinks more money than I'll ever see. Okay, so he's fine at what he's doing. He's doing a terrific job. But that's a great one because that's a guy that's got an axe to grind. And the good thing about that platform, you know what? Now that I think about it, that's the only platform I could ever work on. That's the only platform that I know they won't mess with me. And they'll actually appreciate that I'm vocal and open. You know what I'm saying? That's the only corporate place I would probably work for. That's it. I would never go back to regular radio or satellite or anything. I have no interest. I'm fine. I can live on my own already. I've been doing it. This is going to be 5 years. I'm good. I'm happy. Don't need anything. But that would probably be the only place. And when I saw that, I said, this is good for John Gruden. He gets to speak his mind. I know he's got to wait for the rest of the lawsuit to finish out. And then after that, I think then, all hell can break loose for him. But that's the platform where he can speak his mind because Barstool doesn't care. So that's cool, man. Good move by John Gruden. You see Lindsey Vonn is going to return to competition now? Is that crazy? And this is 6 years removed. Let me read the story. She has been retired for 6 years. And this also shows you something about everyone, every human being on earth. When you find what you love to do, you will do whatever it takes to enjoy what you do. And so clearly, for 6 years, she has missed the competition of downhill skiing and that kind of stuff that she does. So after 5 years, after retiring from competitive skiing, Lindsey Vonn is returning to the sport. The four-time World Cup champion said in an interview with the New York Times that knee replacement surgery 7 months ago has stunningly allowed her to return to the slopes pain-free and that she'll be rejoining the U.S. ski team on Friday with a focus on the Super G and downhill. Knee replacement surgery. This woman is one of the toughest human beings I have ever seen in my life. If not, just go to YouTube and go see Lindsey Vonn crashes and wipeouts and all that she has injured herself and how many times she has injured herself and how many times she has bounced back rehab to return. And now she's going to do it with knee replacement surgery. Some of us just want to go to work, be able to walk around with just getting our knee replaced. This woman wants to do a Super G and downhill. Obviously, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't hope to be racing. I have aspirations. I love to go fast. How fast can I go? I don't know, she said. But I'm not going to put myself in a position to fail. My goal is to enjoy this and hopefully the road that takes me to the World Cup races. I wouldn't be back on the U.S. ski team if I didn't have intentions. She's 40 years old. Okay, I've always enjoyed racing in Cortina, and I've had a lot of success in Cortina. I don't know what the next few months, next year and a half hold for me, so I can't say right now if it's a possibility. I mean, we'll be rooting for her. She'll be 43 if she wins in the World Cup championships. I mean, that's kind of crazy. Okay, but I admire her fearlessness. Wow. Just wow. I saw that story and I followed her career and you want to do what you love because, see, some of us out there, you get to teach and you love it, and you get to teach till you're 60 if you want, right? You can be a lawyer into your 60s and 70s if you want. There's a lot of careers that we can do, and if you love to be a blackjack dealer, that's your thing, right? You can do that for 40, 50, 60 years. All of us can usually find something we love, and there isn't a timetable on it. But when it comes to athletes, there's a shelf life. You can only do it for so long, and then you will be asked to leave. But this is what you passionately love to do. And nothing will fill that void for the rest of your life. If you're a painter and you're Peyton Manning, okay, well, you get to be a painter till you die, pretty much, till arthritis sinks in and you can't paint or something. You're either 95 or your fingers don't work anymore. You can be a flamenco guitarist for your entire life. Charo can still do it. And she's like 80 or something. You can still do what you love in a lot of ways, but in this, you're limited. And so when you see people hang on in boxing and in skiing and in football and whatever, and it's Willie Mays, and it's Joe Namath, and it's Muhammad Ali, and it's Lindsey Vonn, and it's Sugar Ray Leonard, and it's whatever, we have watched over time. Some of you are too young. Some of us have been around a while, and we've watched some of these other people hang on to do what they love because it is expired. And think about that. That's where you and I, I'm still doing this at 58. I can do this all the way to 68 here with Sean if I want to, right? I can't do that if I was an athlete. Then to find something to fill that void, it's going to be hard. To find something to fill this void for me and Sean is going to be hard because this is what we love to do. You know what I'm saying? But our shelf life can be a lot longer than theirs. And so when I see what Lindsey Vonn is doing, I completely understand. This woman loves competitive skiing. And she loves it so much, she has given every inch of her body to it. And she has paid every single price you can possibly pay for success. I commend her, man. That is one tough woman. Props to her. Props to her, man. Big O, why did I shave? Well, guys, I accidentally trimmed it. I had the shaver on, not the trimmer, and I went like this. I thought I was trimming, and I shaved a chunk off here, and then I said, well, it's all got to go. And so that's it. So we ran a poll question yesterday. The poll question said to grow back the goatee. So, a lot of people thought I should keep it off. They say I look like 7-10 years younger. Yeah, because I lost the weight and all that. Another date or something?
You got a date or something? You going out?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Does your wife know about this date?
She's waiting for me at home.
Well, how does that date?
My date sleeps in my bed with me too at the same time.
Well, then her opinion counts.
Yes.
So what is her opinion of your goatee or no goatee? Everybody else's vote is nice, but hers is like 10 votes.
She screws it all up.
She likes it.
She doesn't care.
No. She's got to commit.
She doesn't commit. She doesn't care. She goes, babe, do whatever you want. I'm fine with the goatee. I'm fine with it shaved. Do whatever you want. And I can't get a goddamn read on it.
You're pretty good with getting reads
I'm very good at getting reads off people. I am very good at it, actually.
I think you're just trying to.
I cannot get a read on that one.
I think you're trying to copy Sean. He shaved the top and he went tight with the top.
Yeah, he's letting the bottom grow out a little bit there.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's good look.
Yeah.
Well, it's easier to shave it off then.
And if you don't know, that's the dulcet tones, of course, the great Steve Calabro, of course.
My apologies for jumping in like that.
You could jump in anytime, my
no,
brother.
I mean, all I want to say about Sean is
I just want to jump into a Mercedes at the end of the month.
It's a beautiful Mercedes, I tell you. It's a nice one.
Very nice.
I drove it. It's very nice.
Yes.
I'm not, like I said.
Shocker. Mercedes drives well. Shocker.
They make a nice vehicle?
Yeah, well,
Jesus.
they do. Wow.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. I was deciding between that and a Yugo, and I had to go Yugo.
Yeah, Yugo.
Because it sounded like Yoo-hoo.
They still
and
make.
so I figured if I have a Yoo-hoo and a Yugo, I'm ready to go.
I think the Yugo, if you had a Yugo, it might be worth some money. Because I don't think they make him anymore.
No, I don't think so either.
Like,
I don't think that. I think that one's found there with right next to a Saturn.
I think the Smithsonian, whatever the Smithsonian version of in Yugoslavia is, might want that.
Yes,
might want the Yugo.
They might want it. They could.
Anyhow,
they could. Don't forget, we got the $100 no regret first bet. You see the QR code right there, so you use the app. By the way, if you already have a Hard Rock account, use a different email or cell phone. So that way you can get the $100. You get in there, you sign up, you make your bet, you get your $100. You're in, baby. Come on. Lots of action. Let's go. And we'll talk about action today because I'm sure the wise guy has got some picks for us.
Listen, now, the wise guy talked to me, and he was 2 weeks ago. He was, I was out last week. My apologies. I asked for a vacation, and you granted a vacation for me. I appreciate that. So the 2 weeks ago, he was 4-0.
I know.
He was 4-0.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to let you know. Now he's getting cocky, and he has his picks here. I think he's lost his mind personally.
Yeah, he did have a really good week. I forgot to mention that.
He's 4-0. He'll tell you, and he listens to the broadcast, and he'll say that he was 6-0. But I only told you
the four.
Because the other two were like Bizarro World, but he actually won those two. But I didn't tell your listeners. I didn't tell you. And so now he's pissed off at me. He goes, I go 6-0. You don't tell anybody. Somebody could have made big money on a 6-game parlay.
Well, 4-0 is pretty good, bro.
Yeah, 4-0 is a pretty good parlay, too.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it.
Let's go.
The first one, I think, I thought he was crazy about this one. I don't think you're going to like it. But he likes the Lions over the Jaguars. -14. Remember, these are professional teams.
It's a complete shit show in Jacksonville.
It is.
It's in Detroit. And Goff is coming off the 5 interceptions. So he's probably going to be really motivated.
What's the name? Trevor Lawrence ain't playing or half-ass playing, or I don't know what he's doing. The coach is a mess.
I actually like the over.
Okay. So here's they're going
to light him up.
For your listeners, I just want them to know, there's
that's a good
the
one.
Jersey wise guy lives really close to Philly. I mean, like, you're talking 10 minutes. And, the Philly fans have this thing about ex-coaches where they want to kill them.
Right.
And, the Jacksonville coach, all he did was bring him to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, but he lost the locker room after.
I know, and they all want to kill him now. Like,
by the way, it's not like he's got harmony in this one.
He does not have harmony in this one, right? He's a pretty nice guy too. I did meet him. He's a
very Doug Peterson, very nice.
Peterson's a great guy.
He won Shula's 325th game. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Doug Peterson
was here for like a year.
He was a backup for a couple of years, and there was an injury to Marino, and he had to miss. I think it was Marino, yeah. And so I believe we even beat the Eagles.
Wow, that would be.
Can you look it up? Shula's 325th game. How come I want to think now it was against the Eagles that they won the 300?
That's
so
amazing.
Doug Peterson was the quarterback for Don Shula, and I think the 325th is a record. There was a 324, and that was that Hallis's record or something.
It all sounds like.
Just look it up for me. I'm trying to piece all this shit now. It's a long time ago.
So,
okay,
go ahead. What do you got, Sean?
Let's see. Go ahead. Okay.
Today is the 31st anniversary, November 14th, 1993. The Miami Dolphins defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 19-14 for Don Shula's 325th and 25th victory of his career.
I can pull it out of my ass like
I
nobody.
got a
else.
comment. So to your listeners, they're going to think we set that up.
No,
we
there's
absolutely.
no. They know. No, they
The
know.
listeners need to know. We absolutely.
No,
I didn't know that when I walked here 10 minutes ago.
They know there's no setup. I do this every day.
That's pretty amazing.
I do this every day. I pull shit out of my ass
No, but
all the time.
That's
all
amazing. That's an amazing. But my point is, the Jersey guy, can't stand Peterson. Peterson, what Andy Reid do? Oh, put him to the Super Bowl. Yeah, they hate him, right? They hate anything.
Well, but that one they have to calm down because kind of he proved that he was not
is
the
a winner.
problem.
Yeah.
He kind of is not the problem.
But these Eagle fans are tough. They're so tough
I know.
on ex-coaches. Like ex-coaches, they're tough on. So I just want your listeners to know that the Jersey guy is picking the Lions minus 14 because he's like anti-ex-Eagle coach Peterson.
Yeah, no, but that's what I would never lay 14, but I'm with them on this one.
Yeah,
and I love the over because I think they're going to light them up and score 35 points easily. It's 47.
Oh yeah, I think. But that wait. The score could be
the Jags will pick up
35-7. Could easily be 35-10.
Yeah, I think they'll pick up 10, 15 points. I think the Jags will score some points.
You're assuming that, or maybe I'm assuming that Detroit would be kind at the end.
Yeah, it's like a route, and then they pick up some garbage stuff at the end. Yeah, they pick up some points.
Yeah.
This is going to be a massacre.
It's going to be an ugly game.
I'm with the Jersey guy on this one.
All right, I'll
14.
bet it. I'm betting it. That's it. I'm going on the Hialeah Park. Signing up on my.
You won't take Bitcoin, but you'll bet the Lions minus 14.
I didn't say I won't. I just say I haven't yet.
Remember, let's go back to the tape when it was at 50, and I said to him, it's going to be 100 by the end of the year. You're going to double your money.
And I agreed.
You didn't believe me.
Well, I verbally agreed.
If anybody tells you you could double your money in the next 6 months and you don't do it, like you don't believe me.
I'm a procrastinator. Grossly expensive procrastination. But anyway, I do appreciate that. All right, so he's got this one. I don't like this one because I think the team that he's betting against here has just a secretly quiet, excellent defense.
Okay.
Bengals. He picks the Bengals over the Chargers. I don't like it. I like the Chargers. minus 1.5 on the Chargers. So I will tell you, the Chargers defense is for real. That defensive coordinator's could be a coach. Could be a head
he
coach.
likes the Bengals plus 1.5.
Plus 1.5, yeah. I think the Chargers are going to win bigger than 1.5. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Bengals, Bengals over the Chargers, and Bengals are getting 1.5. I like the Chargers. The defense is for real.
But I don't like the Chargers offense.
The Chargers offense is serviceable. It's serviceable.
If I'm correct, they don't score a lot of points.
But their defense is like one of the best in the NFL.
No, I get that, but it's hard for you to keep up when you can't score. You're not a big scoring team. I think that's how it is for them. I gotta.
I'm almost sure. Let's just see. I want to see something.
I gotta look it up. But if I'm correct, it's not really a big scoring offense.
I got to tell you something. I'm going to tell you the bet.
What is it?
47.5 under. I like the under on the 47.5. Now, the Jersey guy is picking the Bengals to
27-17, 27-10, 26-8. They've all won the last 3 weeks, the Chargers.
What's
17-15,
how many points are they giving up? Less than 20.
They lose 17-10. They lose 20-10. They win 26. Well, they can score in the mid-20s.
And their defense is down in the 10 to 15.
No, I like their defense, but I just don't see their.
I like the under.
I kind of.
I'm going to bet the under, as long as it's at 47.5.
I can see Cincy on this one, eking one out. I'm with them on this one.
Apparently, you've eaten a lot of Jersey tomatoes.
No,
you're 2 for 2 with the Jersey guy.
I'm with them on this one. I'm with them on because I think both offenses can match each other, and I think that they can actually edge them. I think Cincinnati can win this one. A close game.
I like the under. I like the under.
Okay, I can see that too.
All right, the next one. What the hell is it? I kind of like this. You might not like it. I kind of like it. Chiefs over the Bills. Chiefs are getting 2.5.
Oh, yes, definitely.
You know,
yes, yes.
It's a tough one the Chiefs are getting. I like this one.
No, I love this one.
I think the Chiefs are going to win. I think the Bills, you know, they make television shows about what happens to the Buffalo Bills. The misfortunes of the Bills.
I don't know how many times I've lost when I take points with the Chiefs.
When you take points and Patrick Mahomes,
right?
It's a tough.
It doesn't make sense. So yeah, I'm definitely. And this is only. And by the way, Vegas also sees this pretty close because you're the home team and you're giving up 2.5. So there's some respect there. Definitely, I love and let me tell you something. The over could be a play here at 46 because I know they're both good defenses, but
they're going to score.
They're going to score in this.
Well, you got to check the weather. It's in Buffalo.
I
don't think it's cold.
I hope it is. I hope
but I don't think it's like ridiculous. It's not like snowstorm cold. But
no, so I'm 3 for 3 right now. I like the Jersey guy's pick.
So the Jersey guy, you know, he's a typical, you know, ends with a valve kind of guy. You know, he gets a little cocky when he goes 6 for 6. Right now he has 2 ads. I tell him, I said, listen, I want 3 picks. I don't need 5. I don't need 6.
But he's hot.
He's
so
hot.
Let's go.
So he goes. So he has 2. So he likes the Colts over the Jets. Now. I like that just emotionally because I don't like the Jets.
Oh, I love watching Aaron. I hate the Jets, but I love watching Aaron Rodgers lose more than the Jets lose.
yeah. Richardson's going back in, and Flacco, you know.
So he likes Colts
over Jets
+4.
Yeah.
Versus Jets in New York. I don't like it.
Yeah, he likes that one.
I'm against him on that one. I'm going Jets -4.
Well, I'm not going to bet it.
That even though the Jets defense is not playing well,
no,
actually, but they're getting kind of called out, and this is the kind of game, and Richardson's the kind of player that can serve you off a buffet of turnovers.
Yes, he can.
So I would take the Jets plus. I mean, I wouldn't bet this game if my life depended on it. I don't even want to touch it because I'll be rooting for the Colts. Yeah. But I would not bet. I don't trust Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, so I'm rooting for the Colts. One is for 2 reasons. One is anti-Aaron Rodgers because I think he's, you know,
definitely.
Yeah, he's you know, the second coming of a devil. And then, but I happen to also be a University of Florida kind of guy. You know, having that little connection with UF. Maybe Anthony Richardson has a good game. Maybe he doesn't throw 3 interceptions or 2 interceptions on a fumble.
I don't trust him.
But I'm not going to bet it. I'm rooting for the Colts.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch this game. And if you force me to touch this stupid game, I would have to take the Jets.
Yeah, I'd go with my heart, and that's how you lose money. You
Right.
know what I mean? So next thing is Eagles.
Oh, that's tonight.
Over the Eagles tonight over the Commanders. He thinks,
I like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
I like
the way
that
the Eagles
too.
are playing right now.
Yeah.
I do like that right now.
Yeah. Now the Eagles are given.
The Washington offense has kind of calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, they figured out Jalen a little, but he's still that receiver's good too. You know, and
McLaurin, he's
phenomenal.
He's awesome.
And now the Jersey guy has this other thing. I didn't talk to him. He sent me a text this week. He sends me this text. You tell me what this means. So you know, I give you all the picks. Then he has the 2 ads, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's 5. Now he has Dog of the Week.
Okay.
Dog of the Week. He has a dog. I don't even know what Dog of the Week is, but we've introduced it to your listeners now. The Dog of the Week is, I guess it's shitty teams, right? Like
it has to be like a shitty team that has a chance.
Titans +6 against the Vikings. I think.
Oh no.
I think Sam Darnold's hurt.
Is he hurt or not?
I think Darnold's hurt.
I'm not sure. See, that's
questionable. He's questionable.
I'd be lying. I don't know that.
Listen,
for a fact.
Both Titans are dogs.
No, I mean that's a terrible game. That's not a game I even want to watch. Seriously, like,
well,
I
it's
don't
a dog of
watch
the week.
it. And I just think the Minnesota Vikings defense is going to cause all kinds of problems for the Titans.
Titans are going to, yeah.
And it's Levis still, right? He's still in the
Levis.
game, right?
It's Levis. It's still Levis.
He's like Christmas.
Listen, though, the good thing about Levis is that you're going to get some good mayonnaise at the halftime, right?
Yeah.
He's big on the mayonnaise thing. He's
gross.
He's going to make it. I don't eat mayonnaise, but I don't think I've ever purchased mayonnaise. But Levis is going to he's going to be known for being the NFL quarterback that was the spokesperson for Hellman's.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's about all he's going to ever really sort of be known for.
Gross.
You know, but at any rate.
Gross like his play.
So there you go. That a good example of a Jersey wise guy getting a little cocky, He goes 6 for 6. He comes off with another 6 picks. I don't know. You know, I guess we like 4 of them.
So he
Well, 3 of them.
and so he's going Titans +6 in that crazy ass bet.
Yeah. Calls it the dog of the week.
Yeah, no, I would definitely go Vikings -6. Better coach.
Yeah,
I like that coach, man.
So now,
He's done a really good job.
Good thing you brought up coaching. Now, I'm reading this morning a little story about McDaniel, and he talked to. It was almost like the story had a little tone in it. You know, like, I really talked to Tua about using his head and being a better tackler, and are you kidding me? Here's what I would say: if I'm Tua's coach, I'd put him in the room and say, listen, you son of a bitch. Don't you ever, ever, ever try to tackle anybody again in your life. Run away from the tackle, please. Just stop. Just stop and run in motion like you're going towards the play, and don't get near the damn play. I don't need you. I got plenty of the guys that can tackle people on the field.
No one. I've never seen anybody write a column. I've never seen a fan come up to me or me say it or you say it or anybody say, that quarterback should have chased that guy down.
Yeah.
No, none of us ever want the quarterback in any kind of,
especially in modern football.
Yeah.
Maybe in 1963, when Chuck Bednarik was playing, but like,
right, I guess when everybody was running.
Yeah, when
there
everybody
was no pass.
But and basically the story in McDaniels was, I told him that he has to be better at how he tackles, and maybe not even do the turnover. What are you even saying? Like,
well, did you hear Tua? You didn't hear his.
I heard, yeah, but
it was just as ignorant. He refuses to. He's going to do it again and over and over.
Yeah, basically, he's a tough guy. He's going to get hurt.
Yeah, basically, I already just said the Dolphins have now found out that he refuses to take care of himself. He refuses to be responsible.
They need to draft a quarterback.
Now you have to draft. You have no choice. You have to find another quarterback in the offseason, because your quarterback, you just now realized you screwed up by giving him this contract, because now he refuses to do the responsible thing.
For the team.
You were trying to be the responsible team by saying, hey, you've paid your dues. You look great. You learned how to take care of yourself. Here's the money. We believe in you. And now he has rewarded the team by telling them, I refuse to play responsible. I am now going to put my body at risk. Brother, you folded up like a cheap accordion on DeMar Hamlin, who weighs 190 pounds, soaking wet.
Soaking wet.
Okay, give me a break, dude. You're not a football player. And as I said, like I told David Furones, when you guys were doing the follow-up questions, it's like, you do admire Marino, don't you? Okay, go look at the lowlights. He doesn't chase anybody after an interception. And none of us wanted him to chase anybody after an interception.
No.
Come on, dude. Neither is Tom Brady, neither is Peyton Manning, neither is Drew Brees, neither is Bob Greasy. None of these people are chasing people down. They don't want you doing that, bro.
And it got worse than that, Big O. When you listen to Tua, he said, he intercepted me, as if it was like he took it personally,
right?
And I'm going to go get you because I'm like,
and if I don't tackle you, they're not going to score. Bro, there were other people around. They don't need your ass, bro. You're a quarterback. You're not even the best. You're the worst athlete on the field. There were 10 other athletes better than you that can go chase the runner. Relax, bro. It's like, he thinks he's a football player.
Yeah.
And Marino is not a football player. He's a passer.
Yeah.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers is not a football player. He's a passer.
There's a need for somebody to pass the ball.
Exactly.
To the right
skill.
To the right gap.
Hunter,
to the right person.
Kicker, quarterback. You guys aren't football players. You're skill players. Long snapper. Brother, I don't want you tackling people. So, like, if you have to tackle, you're like the last resort of tackling. Outside of that, we need you long snapping, because that will change the entire game. I need you kicking, because that will change the entire game. I need you punting. I need you passing. There are certain skill guys that they're not football players. And that's just the way it goes.
It's okay.
Dude.
It's okay that they have a place, though.
That's
they got a place.
dude.
They just don't. But he doesn't know his
I'm
place.
not asking Garo, your premium, Uwe von Schaman,
Gary, your premium.
Yeah, or Jason Sanders to tackle anybody, bro. I'm not asking.
Well,
I'm
in the case of
asking them to hit game-winning field goals.
In the case of Yarrow, don't ask him to throw the ball either.
Throw.
Yeah, but
because you're not an athlete.
And we saw that. There's tape of that.
You're not an athlete.
But so so that being said, you look at the college ranks, and I don't know if there's any really great quarterbacks.
Oh no, Shedeur Sanders is the shit.
You think?
Shedeur Sanders is.
I don't know.
Oh no,
I think he's good. I think he's good.
I think he's great.
We'll see.
He's a pure pocket passer, tough as nails, takes a beating behind that line, accurate as a mofo.
He's coming out. Is he coming out?
Yeah. He'll be the number 1 pick in the draft. He'll be number 1, and Hunter will be number 2. His teammate will be number 2.
You're not going to get the first or second.
No. But you're just talking to me about Shedeur.
Yeah, no,
I
know.
You're asking me if there's somebody special. He's the shit.
Yeah, but I guess what I was asking was, is there 5 or 6 good ones? No, right? No. You got Shedeur's probably. One.
Not our guy, but that's the guy we can get because
Cam,
he's the guy that's going to be in the middle of the first round.
Yeah, he will be. He will be
because that's who he is. Not like these fans are going crazy. Oh, he's top 5. Tank for Cam, and it's like, bro, that guy's style is not even close. He's not even close to playing in the NFL yet.
And he's the big difference between Cam and Shedeur is like night and day.
Oh, it's night and day.
Yeah,
it's not even close as a passer.
So that's my point. It's
not even close.
It's not a good group this year. I mean, it's okay. There's obviously Shedeur is very good and Hunter is good, but maybe there's a third good one. But
no, Hunter's a receiver corner
for Colorado,
right? Yes.
Yeah, Travis.
Travis Hunter.
But he's also like, that's even worse.
He's a freak. He's a two-way player.
What I'm saying is that Shedeur is the only thing, and after that, it's all also runs.
Yeah, I would not. The only guy that I look at right now coming out of the draft at the QB spot is Shedeur. Shedeur has everything.
You're not going to get number 1.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Now, Dallas is working hard to get it, but anyhow, but they're not going to get it. They got 3 wins,
and they just paid this fool. So
it's another mess.
Yeah,
but at any rate, so bet sports, bet Hialeah Park.
Yep. So we got the car. We got the $100 no regret first bets. We've got what else we got going on?
Just the car Saturday on Thanksgiving weekend.
Next Saturday, right?
2 Saturdays.
Two Saturdays.
2 Saturdays from
Not
now.
this Saturday, next Saturday.
Yeah,
right?
Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And also, we look in poker. We're standing behind it. There's always the big high hands. There's the high hand days here. There's 5 or 6 that are must be in the room on those high hand days. I mean, they're good high hands.
And by the way, the loose slots are here. So
loose slots.
They got hundreds and hundreds of gaming machines downstairs. So every time you play, you get an entry so you can win that Mercedes-Benz.
All right, Big O. Life is good.
My friend.
And
damn right, life is good. Bitcoin is pumping, baby.
Oh, I'll be at the game this weekend.
By the way, I have to apologize to you.
What's that?
I lied to you, bro.
Uh-oh.
I'm a bad person. I lied to you.
Well, I don't know it, so you got away with one.
I did. I told you that Bitcoin would cross 100,000 by the end of the year, and it's actually by the end of November. I lied to you, bro. I told you by the end of December.
He's been setting me up. He's been setting me up to tell me that one.
And it's going to cross by next Thursday that we're talking. Bitcoin will be at $100,000.
Listen, I'll bet you a cheeseburger. It's not next Thursday by 5 o'clock.
Okay, but all right, that's fine. You can bet me a cheeseburger. I mean, that's fine with
and
me.
Then if I win,
you get a cheeseburger. That's right. That's all right.
And then
but by the end of this, for sure, by the end of this month, we got 2 weeks left.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, it should be next week. It should be not next Thursday. It should be.
I think by next Thursday we'll be there. But I'm just telling you that this will pump quickly, dude. We just pumped a record $8,300 and some dollars. That was the highest pump that we just recently had. That was the highest pump in one day. We're gonna have 2 God candles in this bull run. God candles are 10K or more in one day. It's coming. And it's going to pop very soon again, and we're going to cross 100,000.
I'm not going to bet. I'm
just saying I want to apologize because I promised you that it would cross by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen by the end of November.
And I thought he was telling me the truth.
I'm sorry. Nose growing, lying. So
all right, Big O. Bitcoin.
Apologize that I misled you.
Bitcoin. Be good this week.
Bull.
Beat the Raiders, please.
Bull run, baby.
Bull run. Beat the Raiders, please. Please.
They will.
We're gonna have a little. Oh, I got the whole family. I got my stepson coming down. My future daughter-in-law. I guess
should win this week, man.
You know, I got guys from the property here from the poker room, Harold and our Mike Golden. We're all going to, we're going to the game. We're gonna be a little. It's gonna be a nice little thing, and I'm especially liking it because we should win.
Well, we better win. I mean, listen, if they really want to keep their playoff hopes alive or whatever, if you want to play that game, whatever, you got to win. You got to win. And by the way, you're better than them.
Yeah, we're a better team than the Raiders. Yeah.
So go out and play like you're the better team.
Yeah, I think they'll win. But let's see.
All right, baby.
All right, man. Be
got
good.
it.
Thanks
Great,
a lot.
Steve
Take care,
Calabro.
Sean.
There he is.
Be good.
Thank you. As always. Let's get to a little music. Sean, always love doing music and entertainment. Who is celebrating birthdays today here on Le Programme? Let's see. Be good, my brother. Thank you, sir. As always, let's start off with birthdays for musicians. Here we go. Travis Barker from Blink 182, drummer, celebrating a birthday today, born in 1975. Let's see who else is celebrating. Adina Howard, U.S. singer with Warren G. and What's Love Got to Do with It, born in 1970. Brian Yale from Matchbox 20, born in 1968 on this date. Joseph Run Simmons, one of the founding members of Run DMC, born on this date in 1966. Alex John Such, bassist for Bon Jovi, born in 1956. Frankie Banali, rest in peace, drummer for Quiet Riot and founding member. We lost him at the age of 68 in 2020, born in 1951. James Young, guitarist for Styx, born on this date in 1949. Cornell Gunter, original member of the Platters, born on this date in 1938. Those are the folks celebrating birthdays today in the musician world. Now let's go with other famous folks celebrating birthdays. King Charles III is 76. Yanni, composer, is 70 years old today, as he wasn't on the list of musicians. Little Boozy is 42. Also, Francisco Lindor, baseball player, is 31. Who else do we have? Devonta Smith, receiver, is 26 years old. Patrick Warburton, the actor, he is 60 years old. Josh Duhamel, 52. And who else? And that is it. How about wrestlers, Sean? Do we have wrestlers celebrating birthdays today? And
we do. It is Brendan Goltzman turns 32. La Parka, L.A. Park, turns 59. Matt Bloom, known as Albert or Tenzai, also still working with WWE, is 52. And the father of Puroresu and one of the most influential persons in pro wrestling history, Ricky Dozan, was born on this date in 1924. We lost him in 1963. Those are your birthdays for November 14th, 2024.
All right. Let's move over to a little music history. On November 14th, what happened in music history on November 14th? In 1967, Pink Floyd began their UK tour at London's Royal Albert Hall. Opening up was Jimi Hendrix. I'm sorry, Pink Floyd was opening up for Jimi Hendrix. In 1970, Santana's version of the Fleetwood Mac song Black Magic Woman was released. It's interesting how Fleetwood Mac, Black Magic Woman, the Santana version is better than Fleetwood Mac's. And the Green Monalishi with the two-pronged crown is a Fleetwood Mac song. And clearly Judas Priest did a much better job than Fleetwood Mac. Interesting how a couple of remakes are better than the specific band themselves. And it happens to be Fleetwood Mac that Santana and Judas Priest took one of their songs and made it better. Impressive. In 2000, Marilyn Manson released his fourth album, Hollywood, in the shadow of the Valley of Death, because the cover depicted the shock rocker on a crucifix. Some retail chains banned it. In 1990, the new issue of Newsweek hit shelves, featuring an interview with The Who's Pete Townsend, where he said he is bisexual. I know how it feels to be with a woman because I am a woman, and I won't be classified as just a man. Okay? Rough boys. Don't you walk away. In 2000, I Want to Kiss You. And The Offspring gave away $1 million of their own money to a lucky fan who entered online and then won a trivia contest. In 2004, Bono, Brian May, Roger Taylor of Queen, Phil Collins, Paul McCartney, Snow Patrol, plus members of Keane, Travis, and The Darkness, and others took part in a recording of a new version of Do They Know It's Christmas Time? There you go. All right. You got it. Oh, man. The other story that I saw today had nothing to do with music, history, or entertainment, but back to a little bit of sports. You talk about some spoiled ass shit going on. Did you hear the latest with Bronny James? So this punk is now in the G League, which he didn't deserve to get drafted in the NBA. And he took a spot on the NBA roster just because of LeBron. And he played for a couple of weeks, which he doesn't deserve to be either. He probably doesn't even deserve to be in the G League. So this fool now is not playing on road games in the G League. He's only playing in home games. I thought it was about development. Aren't you supposed to play as many games as possible in the G League because you need development? Like, I watched you, dude. You don't even belong in the G League. This is like disgusting. Dude, like, the Lakers should be embarrassed that they're doing this. If the Heat was doing this, you have no idea the kind of rip jobs that I would be giving them. I mean, I would be ripping into the Heat for this. It was already shady that they drafted Shabazz Napier for LeBron. That was already weak sauce on their part. But this, what the Lakers are doing, is disgraceful, dude. First, he takes a spot on an NBA roster where somebody could help and contribute. Now he takes a spot on a G League roster, and when the G League team goes on the road, they have one less player. I mean, really, dude. Weak sauce. That's a terrible father. LeBron James is a terrible father. That's not how you're raising your kid to be soft, dude. I mean, you were soft yourself for a while until you figured it out, but I know. I guess it runs in the genes. Big O, do you see a scenario where Weaver becoming a head coach if McDaniel gets let go this year, if not next year? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure, but it's way too early to consider him as a head coach. You know what I mean? I need to see a lot more on defense. and before I can even consider him that. I love how he carries himself and how he, deals with situations. And it looks like he has a good way of communicating with players. But, yeah, it's way too early for that, my friend. Way too early. By the way, Sloman's Home Shield and Alarmo, a proud sponsor of our program. And, by the way, if you understand the importance of security, you want to feel safe at home, even when you're not away. And it's always great on my phone. I can get any action that goes in and around my house. I get to see it on my phone right away, motion detectors. And this is why Sloman's Home Shield is offering now a free home security system with free professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. The free system includes the panel, the keyboard, up to 10 door contacts, window decals, lawn sign, professional installation, lifetime service, communication device, and backup battery. Sloman's Home Shield also offers custom, top-of-the-line home security systems that are designed to detect intruders, alert the authorities, and give you real-time updates right to your smartphone. I see it every day. 1-800-ALARM-ME. Tell them that Big O sent you. We're in 14 different states, so they can take care of you. 1-800-ALARM-ME for Sloman's Home Shield. All right. We are out of here. We thank all of you for tuning in. Those of you that send in a super chat, thank you. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. You can also make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which we always appreciate it because, that's how you help keep us afloat. We always appreciate it. You can also make a donation through PayPal. Always appreciate that. We thank Steve Calabro, of course, Mr. Brunetti, and the Brunetti family, always great supporters of ours. Tomorrow, we're at Acura, right? We're at Acura of Pembroke Pines at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. We'll see you there tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., same time, same place, same bat channel. Have a good one.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.